Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular session of the Township of Lopatcong meeting for November 6, 2024. Prayer will be led today by the Boy Scouts.
May all bow heads and remove caps according to faith. Dear Lord, we are here to discuss topics that will benefit the people in our community and our country. We want to think how we can make life easier for everyone. Come and give us the wisdom to make right decisions. Let us not make biased decisions, but decisions based on solving the problems of your children. Be our leader during this meeting. Show us the way because you have chosen us to be here. Give us direction and let us not think with our own selfish interests. Open our eyes to spiritual solutions and help us make our country great. Amen.
Thank you. Okay, the oath of allegiance will also be led by the Boy Scouts.
All rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2.
Thank you, guys. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided indicating the time and place of the meeting in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the 1975 by advertising a notice in the Star Ledger, the Express Times Warren County Zone, and by posting a copy on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Roll call, please, Beth.
Councilman Vaccaro.
Here.
Councilman Marinelli.
Here.
Councilman McQuaid.
Here.
Council President Polito.
Here.
Mayor Wright.
Here. All right, Wade, would you summarize the executive session, please?
Yeah, the Township Council met in executive session where it discussed the following privileged matters: personnel matter regarding a perk matter, personnel for winter seasonal employees, contractual for an EMS update for the 100 and paramedic lease agreement, personnel for a plumbing inspector, attorney-client privilege for vacation of alleyway, Block 77, Lot 7, 8, 9, and 10, attorney-client privilege, healthcare benefits, police department, local 56, contractual Hillcrest Racket Club, and attorney-client privilege for payment plan request. Such minutes from executive session will be released at such time as the town council deems no public harm will come from it.
Okay, thank you. All right, we have a proclamation from Dominic Nicolosi. Dominic, could you please come up? Senator Steinhardt presenting it.
Thought it would be appropriate to put it in. No, I don't come with a lot of good ideas.
That's the beauty. I'm sure it's Phil's idea. Nobody else.
So, Mr. Nicolosi, honestly, it's my honor to be able to do this. I apologize. Trudy and I were away at our son's last family weekend in Jacksonville when you had your 60th anniversary on September 7th. So this is a resolution to you from 120 members of the New Jersey legislature. It is a joint resolution by all 120 members signed by the Senate President and the Speaker of the Assembly on behalf of Assemblyman DeMaio, Peterson, and myself. If you all indulge me for a minute, I'd like to read. Whereas Nicolosi's Pizzeria, highly esteemed in the Garden State, marked its 60th anniversary with a special community celebration on September 7, 2024. And whereas the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey are pleased to honor the Nicolosi family in recognition of this felicitous occasion and commend their immeasurable contributions to the community throughout 6 decades of success. And whereas the late Angela Nicolosi originally founded the pizzeria in Brooklyn, then relocated to Lopatcong Shopping Center in September of 1964, and now it's expertly operated by his son Dominic Nicolosi, who began working in the restaurant as a boy and still faithfully continues to use his father's delicious recipes. And whereas the festive anniversary event, which attracted local dignitaries and more than 1,000 pizza lovers, included a special meal deal in t-shirts, mugs, and other commemorative merchandise, with proceeds being donated generously to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And whereas the strength and prosperity of New Jersey and the vitality of our American society depend greatly upon exceptional small businesses exemplified by Nicolosi's Pizzeria that provide employment opportunities, enhance the local economy, and improve the quality of life for area residents. And whereas it is altogether proper and fitting for the members of this legislature to pause in their deliberations to acknowledge Nicolosi's Pizzeria and to affirm its importance to the people of Warren County and the state, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate and General Assembly of the state of New Jersey that this legislature hereby lauds Nicolosi's Pizzeria, pays tribute to the exemplary record of service demonstrated by all those who have contributed to its 60 years of excellence, and extends sincere best wishes for continued vigor. Be there further resolved that a duly authenticated copy of this resolution will be signed by the Senate President and the Assembly Speaker, and attested by the Senate Secretary and Assembly Clerk to be transmitted to you, sir, on behalf of Nicolosi's Pizzeria. So it's truly my pleasure to be here with you today. But thank you for all you've done for our community. Thank you very much.
This couldn't be done without family, okay? I mean, just, family is everything, okay? My wife, putting up with me for all these years, okay? My kids always helping me out, okay? My parents looking down at me from where they're at. And I just want to tell one quick story, not just about us, but the barbershop was there before us, okay? The very first day, my dad said to me, go out and put these flyers under people's windshields. And it said, you get a slice of pizza and a small soda for 25 cents. So like, some old lady came in and started yelling at me because she thought I was breaking her windshield wiper. So I went in and told my dad, I said, you should, what are you crying for? I said, because, you know, she started yelling at me. Oh, no, don't worry about her. He's going to get a haircut. Okay. So I went in and get a haircut, okay? We're good friends with the barbers now. They've been there longer than us, right? They wouldn't let me out. They kept me hostage because I didn't pay my bill. So that's my story. Okay? Thank you again, everybody who's here tonight. Okay?
Picture upstairs. Right here. For the family. You mind? Okay. Okay. Council, okay, too.
Yeah.
Come on, we'll take it Sunday the long day.
Thank you very much. That was perfect.
Check that later. Okay, thank you, Senator Steinhardt, for stopping in and doing that, appreciate that. All right, we have public comment on agenda items only. You have 3 minutes just to talk about agenda items, anyone? All right, seeing none. Old business. Number 1, minutes, approve executive and regular session minutes from the October 2nd, 2024 meeting. I have a motion and a second.
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Wright?
Yes. If you guys want to leave, if you can, you're more welcome
You
to
want to throw
stay.
me out now, Bill?
No, I want you to hang.
Come on, let's go.
And if you want to stick around or not, but it'll be a fast meeting. Number 2, ordinance number 24-22, second reading and public hearing authorizing the hire of an entry-level police officer pursuant to New Jersey State Statute 11A413. Motion and second to hold a public hearing, please.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone? Seeing none. Motion to, and a second to close the public hearing.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion and second to adopt this ordinance.
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Belcarra?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes. Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Ray?
Yes. Ordinance number 2423, second reading and public hearing to amend, revise, and supplement Chapter 27, Fire Department, Article 2, Election of Officers of the Code to change Section 27-5D, that department line officers reside within a 3-mile radius of the fire station within the state of New Jersey. Need a motion and a second to hold a public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Comments for the public on that matter? Seeing none, motion second to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance.
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Valquero?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Ray?
Yes. New business, best practice inventory. Kim?
Yes. Every year, we are tasked to fill out a best practices inventory by the state. Depending on your score, your last state aid payment could be affected. We've never had that happen in Lopat. Out of a possible 46.50, we scored 40, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Their emphasis this year, they do a lot of unscored questions, and their concentration this year was on affordable housing and also on lead paint inspections.
Okay.
Other than that, it was business as usual, and it's already been submitted. And one of the requirements is we need to discuss it at a public meeting.
Okay.
So here we are discussing it.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions on
Any
it?
questions by anybody for this? Nope, seeing none? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ordinance number 24-24, first reading to amend Chapter 219 entitled Trees. Motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
You want to talk about it first? What are you?
Our engineer, Adam, can give a brief explanation.
Sure. Of course, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. So this ordinance is an existing ordinance that's on the books in the township, specifically related to trees, tree protection, tree removal, and the requirements associated with that. This is an amendment to that ordinance, which is required as part of the township's NJDEP stormwater permit. It basically extends the protections of trees, not only street trees, right-of-way trees, and park trees on public lands, but also extends those tree protections and permit requirements to private properties in the township. That's required statewide and has to be adopted this year, basically under the stormwater permit that the DEP enacted. So we worked with your Shade Tree Commission to update the existing ordinance to incorporate, again, that protection of trees. There are some exemptions from that from the requirements of the permit, specifically addressing, the removal of a hazardous tree, which is a dead or diseased tree, something that might obstruct traffic or be a hazard to the public health or safety, essentially. Otherwise, any trees that are removed in the township, again, on private or public lands, will have to be required to be filed. A permit will have to be filed. The tree will be reviewed by the Township Tree Inspector and the Shade Tree Commission. And then if that removal is approved, for whatever reason, the trees will have to be replaced in accordance with the replacement schedule that's also going to be in the ordinance. So that's sort of what's being put forward here for introduction.
Okay. Robin, you good with that, everything?
Yes,
Yeah.
and thank you very much for your assistance in doing that. As he indicated, it is required by the state for our stormwater certification, and essentially, it requires residents to have permits. Every town is adopting this ordinance. It's not that we're gonna say, no, you can't take the tree down,
Right.
but you need to get a permit to remove the tree. If it's dead or dying, there's no questions asked. If it's not, the tree needs to be replaced because it has a significant impact on our stormwater system. If the resident prefers to not plant another tree on their property, the state has allowed us to have a fund that the resident can contribute to plant another tree somewhere else in the township, not on their property.
Okay. All right, great. All right, thank you. We'll go back to motion in a second, please.
have a motion and a second.
Do we?
We just do-
Roll call, please.
Councilman Valquero,
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli,
Yes.
Councilman LeBlanc,
Yes.
Council President Polito,
Yes.
Mayor Rick.
Yes. Number 3, Fire Department to address the ladder truck repairs. Chief? Martin?
Good evening, council and Mayor Wright. I'm here to give you an update on the ladder truck. It's been out of service since September 29th. It went out for its annual PM service, and at that time, 14 items were identified by our vendor that are in need of repair. Those 14 items total $39,104.63. Some of those items are minor items that we can take care of in-house, light bulbs and such. We eliminate those items off the list. You're still looking at a $36,439.63 repair bill, which was not anticipated. The biggest item is engine work to the truck, which is roughly $25,000. I'm here to update you and see what direction you want to go with the ladder truck at this point, the current one. If we're going to repair it, if we're not going to repair it, if we're going to move forward with a new one. Pretty much that's what I'm here for.
Even the new one was, once you place the order, it was still far away, right? Over a year?
Brand new, not a demo. It's 41 months out. If a demo comes available in production, it'd be a 6-month availability. Right now, demos are starting to come more available since there is a need for the truck and production is so long. Demos are starting to come out a little bit more on the production line. So the demo would not have everything that we would need, but it would suit our needs. There would be some concessions on our part with the truck.
Is this including the electronic problem that you guys were talking about?
There is still some electronic problems.
Still on top of this stuff, right?
Correct. We're at the point where we have to make a decision.
Right.
Currently, Phillipsburg has been covering us for any structure fires or calls with confirmed smoke in the structure since the 29th. Their truck is due to go out of service for its yearly service and repairs. So the next closest aerial device is Harmony, 3 miles away, Stewartsville, 4 miles away, and Alpha, 4 miles away. Stewartsville's just came back from being out, and it came back and went back out of service. So we're looking at 3 miles, 4 miles, closest aerial device. And they're both shorter than what we have and what Phillipsburg has.
If we can order about the repairing it, what's the turnaround time?
Absolute Fire did not give me a turnaround time in completing all the work yet. They just gave me a price so we can present it to you guys.
Rick? Anything?
How we set for,
You're asking if I could find $36,000.
well, I mean, no matter what we do, and we let it sit for a couple of months and we're going to have other towns.
You have to repair it. You have to repair it. Do you have the monies?
I could probably try to find some. Did you spend all your operating money? I can't do capital. Did you spend all your operating money? No.
I did not, but there's still stuff that was budgeted for.
If you
from
can
the
help me
operating.
out a little bit with
Right.
that?
I'll look at it tomorrow.
Yes,
And meet with you tomorrow.
that's fine. I mean, if
In the
you
afternoon?
can cover,
I'll meet with you in the afternoon.
yeah, maybe 5 to 10, I'll find the rest,
Okay.
okay? I might
Because
have
we
to
got to
try.
get fixed because it's going to be,
Either way, it has to be repaired.
Regardless, whether or not
Right.
you
Yeah.
order something, the truck still needs to be repaired for the interim.
Okay.
So,
in the electric, that's not included. So the electrical problem.
correct. There are still electrical problems that they can't seem to find what the issue is.
How long does this extend the life, Lou? You don't know?
This is just really putting a Band-Aid on an open wound.
Hopefully the new one comes in.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're looking at, next year with the capital budget and everything, if that's what the direction is, to purchase a new.
Well, yeah, we definitely want to order as soon as we can, but we have to wait,
Yeah.
Do you give
because
the blessing?
They didn't, yeah, right, because they didn't we can't do a purchase order, and they didn't want a letter to commit.
A letter of intent will not suffice. They
Yep.
need a purchase order.
Yes. So that will not be able to happen until next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so if you'll work with her,
All
we'll
right.
get you squared away.
Very well.
All right, Chief, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Chief, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, consent agenda. Items 1 through 14. A motion and second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Councilman Bocarro?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rick?
Yes. Council reports. Rich?
The only thing I'd like to say is, I'd like to congratulate Lou and Scott on their successful campaigns, and just wanted to let the audience members know that the canvassing we did, we encountered a lot of our residents, and the overarching theme was their inquiry about the park. Most people were very enthusiastic about that, and questions always were, when is that park going to open? So I'm very encouraged by that, and looking forward to moving along with the park next year.
Thank you. Lou?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the public for their support. Another 3-year term. Congratulations to Rich and Scott. As the council members here, we work well together as a team. And, the promise is to continue making the best decisions for this township as a whole, and more importantly, for the taxpayers, to use the monies wisely. So again, thanks to everyone that supported us.
Thank you. Scott?
Again, without repeating everything all the time, I'd also like to congratulate Rich and Lou. I'd also like to thank the people that helped us along the way, whether it be family members or volunteers that were out there also helping us. That's all I have.
Jim?
Congratulations, Rich, Lou, Scott. Look forward to working with you. One other item, the LAA has a new president and secretary, and they would like to meet with us to discuss the plans for the park project, so to coincide with practice schedules for outdoor sports next year.
Okay, cool.
And that's it.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, 2 things I have. Once again, same thing. Congratulations, Lou, Rich, Scott. Well-ran election. Happy to see that the residents approve of our work and the direction the town is moving. We need to help the residents and give them a safe and affordable town to live in. So congratulations, gentlemen. You're doing a great job. Wade, I got one question. I know last week or the week before Highlands had a decision about the mall project. I just need the consequences of the decision. What does it mean, and where do we stand? And do you think anybody will appeal it?
Yep, so I think two Thursdays ago, Island Council met on the application to name the Bulldog Mall Highlands area in redevelopment. They denied it, so as of now, there's no path forward on the Highlands development on that property. It's an agency decision, so whoever has a right to appeal it has 45 days to appeal it. And until any other future steps are taken, there's really no action moving forward right now.
All right. That's great. All right, thank you. Engineers report.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just looking at my list here. So just to give an update on the park project, we had a meeting 2 weeks ago, I believe, with yourself, Mr. Mayor, and with Beth and the project team from my firm, reviewing the sort of 30% progress set on the project for the pool, as well as the various amenities and structures that are going to be constructed as part of the project. we received your comments, and they are currently working on incorporating those comments to the next phase of the project, which we're kicking off on Monday. We have a meeting for that on Monday. To answer the question that Councilman Polito had asked, Council President Polito had asked earlier, last month, just to give an update on the demolition of the pool. Last month, we had completed the environmental testing for asbestos and lead and other sort of contaminants that might affect the demolition of the facility. So we're currently waiting on the results of that testing, and once we receive those results, we'll be able to put the demolition plans together, put that into action pretty quickly so we can get the pool demolished early next year. And we believe we're on schedule for that right now. A follow-along project, the pickleball court improvements project, that contract was awarded last month. I've spoken with the contractor. There was an element that came up during our meeting that there might be a slight design change to the pickleball courts just to provide some additional space for walking, incorporating it to the pool plans. So, we would expect that in the next few months we'll figure that out, and then the pickleball courts will begin construction with the hope that those would open for the spring season so people can use those. There's another project, the Jade Lane Improvements Project. We had done the drainage improvements, the curb repairs, sidewalks, and manhole repairs on the project a few months earlier in the year, really in May. We're still waiting on coordination with the co-op contractor. Now we understood that they needed a resolution as well as a purchase order, which we'll have following this meeting. So I'll be coordinating with them again to see if we can get them out there. If their schedule allows and the weather allows, we could potentially do that paving work in November. If not, it likely would have to wait till the spring before they could do that work. I think that's all I had on my list.
Thank you. Police report, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. So for the month of October, I have a traffic report. So we were able to dedicate 54 extra hours this month to overweight vehicle enforcement. So throughout the month of October, we had a total of 245 motor vehicle stops, and 46% of those were issued a summons, and 45% of those that were issued a summons were overweight vehicles on our roadways. So we saw about a 21% increase in violations that we wrote for the month of October. That's my report for the traffic. I do have two announcements that I'd like to bring attention to. Officers in the Lopatcong, Phillipsburg, Greenwich, and Powhatan Townships will be participating in the No Shave November. So you might see some of the officers walking around with some well-trimmed beards. I don't know if they're going to be as nice as Adam's, but we're gonna give it a shot. But it's for a good cause. 100% of the proceeds will be going to the family of Aria, a six-year-old diagnosed with leukemia on April 23rd, 23. So it's a great cause, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Is it just, Chief, is it just the facial or the whole head?
Just the facial hair, yeah. And lastly, we did partner with Warren County Health Department and Norwest Cap to get involved with the Warren County Food Drive. And I know the township's also collecting. Is that accurate? So if there's people that want to participate in that and donate some food, feel free to drop it off at headquarters or right here at the municipal building upstairs. I do have a flyer that I could leave up here if anybody's interested. Could grab a copy on your way out, and it'll specifically talk about the items that are being reviewed and that you can donate. And that's my report for October.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. DPW report, Brian?
Hello, John. It's leaf season, and we're just letting you know that if you guys look around, the public looks around, you'll see that the building's changing. All right, all the furniture is being moved by that DPW. All right, and so we're struggling with our leaf piles out there. You're just gonna have to deal with it a little bit. But it is open to the public that they can bring them down. It's open 7 days a week, as long as the sun's out. Just don't leave any plastic bags. You can leave paper bags. And that would help us out greatly, all right, if you feel you'd like to do that. Different things. I do recommend that you don't put them so big in the one pile that you're not letting them go out into the road and creating an unsafe condition for that. And then the other thing is we've been working on your squad house. 90% of the garage doors are pretty bad. On the Morton building, they don't make them anymore. All right, when something goes bad, it is what it is. You replace the whole door. But right now we have to put batteries in there and different things, and the other ones, the cables and all that. I had all the, there's 6 heating units in those buildings. I had them all serviced so that we can, Kevin, our fire inspector, has to be able to pass everything. All right, just like we do in this building and all that. All right, so we've been doing that, which you can see we took a lot of the bushes down.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we found the property line, and I need to talk to somebody here later on, but what you want me to do with all those bushes?
Yeah, they gotta be cut.
All right, so just, that's kind of what's been going on, and keep on moving.
All right, great. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Fire chief report. Lou?
All right, for the month of October, we had 22 incidents. Our average response time was up a little bit from last month. Our average response time was about 8 minutes, but we had 8 people on average on each call with 3 apparatus. That's even with the ladder truck being out of service. We were able to, fortunate enough to have enough apparatus to still get out. For the year, we're at 189 calls. Our average response time is 7 minutes. 9 responders with an average of 4 apparatus responding. That is an increase of 3% from last year. And then lastly, this is my second to last meeting with you guys. My term as chief, I've run it out as far as I could go, 5 years. So it's been a pleasure. I don't know if I'll be able to make the next meeting, so I would like to thank you guys for your hard work and your support to the fire department.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou. Yes. EMS report. Anybody here from the squad? No? All right. Approved department reports. Can you get a motion in a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved payment of bills. Motion in a second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Bocarro?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rick?
Yes. Okay, public comment. Anybody, 3 minutes?
Harvey Walters, 325 South Third. I had trouble listening to you guys in the back of the room. Do you think you could use the microphones that are in front of you to make that a little better?
We'll take care of her. All right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Mangucci.
Pam Thomas, 6 Wordsworth Lane. I need to first of all state that while I am on the school board, I am here tonight as a private individual, and so not speaking for the school board. I have 2 questions. First of all, the ordinance that you just read for a first reading about the trees and needing a permit, is there a cost to that permit? Yes, there is. And do we know what that cost would be? $25. Okay. Thank you. And secondly, as you read your adequate notice, I do notice that you are advertising in the Star Ledger And the Star Ledger is scheduled to stop publication in February. And I wondered who you are going to use at that point.
Because many of them are going to be stopping in February, so I don't know if the legislator down at the state is going to be changing the law, or what, but we're still trying to figure that out.
So I can tell you, though, and it's public knowledge because we did discuss it at our board meeting, that Lopatcong School Board has put a resolution to our delegate assembly at the state asking for New Jersey school boards, their bylaws to be changed to allow for publication in other media other than newspaper, print, which is what the law says. So that doesn't do anything to change the law, but it does allow school boards to advocate for that change in the legislature. And so I just wanted to bring that to you, and maybe council would like to do something in Lopatcong to also address that. Newspapers are dying, and to ask us to advertise in print is just outdated.
Thank you for that information.
Sure.
Mr. Menducci.
Jim Menducci, 1 Belvedere Road. My congratulations to Rick, Lou, and Scott. Scott, you get to wind it up and do it all over again next year. So just a couple things. I talked to the mayor probably a week ago on Sunday out in front of your mother's. Now that you've acquired that building, the old squad building, which makes all the sense in the world, that's a great acquisition for the township, especially for the price that you paid. But I mentioned to you about a message board up there. So if you need any information, I'm in the process of putting one out at the tech school. We've done it down in Phillipsburg. I think it would be a great thing for messages to roll in there about your meetings, about music in the park, any sporting events that are going on in there. So to me, that just makes all the sense in the world. One question I had for Adam, 653 Belvedere Road. Any idea why there was no new sidewalk put there?
Is that the one where it has the jogging sidewalk?
Yeah.
Oh, there was extensive discussion with Paul Sturbins, the prior engineer, and he met with the homeowners, and they insisted that they reconstructed that sidewalk, I guess, when they purchased the home or renovated the home, and they insisted that that sidewalk not be touched. And that was through the entire eight-year life of that project before it was finally built. So
yeah, I was just wondering because it just
it is funny.
You did that mile stretch, and I'm like, all right, why wasn't this done? I thought maybe it was a line or something.
No, it was they refused to sign the approval to do the work.
Well, so did I. It didn't stop it in front of my house. So, hey, we won't get into that.
I understand. I understand.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you,
Gentlemen,
sir.
Thank you.
Man. Anyone else? Nope. Seeing none, motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
They refused.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah. He apparently made like